Alright, welcome back. It's Kled and I'm doing a bit of a review of a win of mine. So, here I went. Let's change this to Kled. Don't know why it go back. Anyway, so here I got autofilled to jungle. Again, normal game, so who knows who I'm versing? Obviously noobs, but so am I, so who really cares? I decided that instead of going press the attack, I'd like to go fleet footwork just to give me a bit of an edge in the jungle. The healing does proc off of the large monsters, so I thought that would be the best idea, just to get that healing off. Didn't think that I would really need the damage. I mean, looking at their team comp, Olaf gets outscaled, Riven is relatively easy for Kled, Jinx can be a pain, but I mean, that's what all ADCs are. Lulu, again, CC bot, so it's not really to do with the damage, so I don't need anything. I actually think that having the fleet footwork would be better against the Lulu, because once you are CC'd, you can get back. Teemo's just Teemo. No matter what mastery you take, you're going to lose to him. But that's only in the 1v1s, obviously. So, looking at their team comp already, there are no TPs across the board, which means it's quite easy to actually get ganks off when there's no TPs across the board. Here was a bit of a pain. We only had the Draven leashing me. It would have been nice to have the Lux as well, but she was being toxic, so didn't think it was that necessary. Again, you can't really see the first proc of the fleet footwork, but you should see it about now. There it is. So I gained maybe, I don't know, 100 health off that, probably less, maybe 60, 70, but it gains a decent amount of health there. Now I actually got pretty low here, and it was kind of, I wouldn't say nervous, but the thing with jungle Kled is you can't lose Skull. If you lose Skull, you can't do the clear, you don't do the damage, you can't get your passive back, so there's just no point in jungling with Skull. So I smited there so I could survive the Gromp and then use the fleet footwork to heal myself up. I went 3 pots because that does give the most healing, and the thing with Kled is he has I think a relatively fast clear, but the problem with his clear is that he is always not low health relative, because he does have, you know, Kled, but he is low in terms of the fact that you don't want to lose Skull. So you are basically dealing with half your health as your full health bar when you're jungle Kled. So you've got to actually jungle like that's your health. So I think it's maybe 480. You've got to jungle like you've got 480 health because of the fact that you can't get Skull back. So here I went immediately to red, because the thing with Kled in the jungle, it's easy to like meet him at his red. It's pretty easy to predict that he's going to be at either red or blue buff at 3 minutes. Here I should have probably gone up and tried to gank instead of doing red, perhaps, because I already had level 3 before that. But I would rather have secured my red, and I wasn't sure exactly where the Teemo was. So I started backing here. Then I think it was relatively soon. Yeah, there he is. He shows up, and I think to myself, oh, should I go top? I did actually look over, saw that the Mordekaiser had gotten away. There was no real issues with that. He lost not even half his health, so he was actually pretty even with the Olaf, who obviously had no mana as well. Went back for the longsword, went and tried to do raptors, because raptors give the most gold and experience in the early level, and you always take E when you're doing raptors for whatever reason. It just helps to just do that AoE damage. It doesn't do a lot of damage, but with the buffs to it, jungle Kled is certainly in a lot stronger state. Because like, as you saw, I nearly lost like 480 health straight up from it. That E actually helps a lot, and the fleet footwork with the heals. So here I looked for a gank mid, wanted to make sure that, yeah, Scuttle was gone, wanted to make sure that Teemo wasn't going to jump out of any bushes, then decided to gank mid. So he was pushed up, the slow was hit, as soon as the slow hits, got my full combo off, and then backed off, lost Skull, not that big of an issue. I took an extra turret shot there, which was not necessary. It was mostly the minion block. Still Teemo here. Was waiting for the blind to come out because, yeah, so as soon as I saw the blind, I went back in, focused the Riven, bashed away, but the Teemo, obviously with his passive, hit me. So he only got one auto attack off, but that was enough for the E proc to burn me down. I think the flash was necessary. Obviously I didn't get it, but I think it was actually the last tick of the E proc that actually did the damage to me, that actually killed me. So here went back, got another longsword and the rejuve bead, obviously trying to get a Tiamat, and again Tiamat got buffed. So jungle Kled is probably in the best spot it's been in, and it's still not that good, but you know, what can you do? I am out farming the Teemo, and I think I am ahead of him in experience. Got the double Fockle so I could get lethality. I probably should have held it for a bit longer, but I couldn't really be bothered. Wanted to. What I want to point out here is I keep on trying to move around, not just to reposition the Gromp, but to actually get the movement stacks for the Fleet Footwork passive. So, got Scuttle and went to look for a gank bot. Now, the thing is, the entire game, bot has been... Oh, watered the bush as well, just to make sure. The entire game, bot was pushing in, which was a bit of a pain. So I tried to make it a play here just to get something out. I knew there wasn't, you know, there wasn't really going to be anything. Now, when I saw that that board there, I was actually quite concerned that it was the team that put it there, because obviously I had no vision on the Jinx. It was about here. I see the Teemo here, pinged it out, and there's no point in me going back there. The wave is pushed. You know, I can't really do anything to help with the Teemo. He will just blind me, and I'll lose Skull. Won't be able to get cleared it back. Won't be able to get it back. So it's basically just an thing. So I thought it'd be better for me to go and get my jungle camp, which was the right decision. I didn't think bot was going to die to it. I was quite concerned there when I saw that Maud died to the Olaf level 6, but at the same time it is with exhaust and ignite, so if he had been pushed out of lane beforehand, which it doesn't look like, he would have probably been in a worse position.
I get that back on the regular. I got a bag on my cellular.
Now Raptor clear becomes a lot quicker. One thing that you need to realize when you're cleared jungle, Raptor clear is easy as long as you focus the main camp and you have smite up. So as you see, both times when I do the Raptor camp I get taken low, but I don't die. And it's just kind of, I wouldn't say experience, but it is knowing that you can do that. The one thing I didn't do well there is I wasn't moving around to get the Fleet Footwork passive a lot easier, which would have obviously taken me, brought me up to health. Thought I'd go and do the blue, knew I could do it with smite, knew I could do it with the even with Kled I knew I could do it, because I knew I would be able to get enough damage off to have it back. So passive is W is coming off in 4 seconds, get taken off, and I'll still be able to do it. So I wasn't too concerned. I wanted to check Gromp was there. I could take Gromp. I had 1 Q and the whole W passive. Yeah, I like saying W passive. Now if you look at the score, I am actually ahead of Teemo in CS. He's been trying to focus on, I wouldn't say ganking, but he's kind of been moving around, trying to get scuttled, trying to get vision down. He hasn't really been doing a good job as a jungle. Whereas with me, what I've done is I've picked the right fights. I've tried to path correctly. So here I said to top lane, I said top, let Olaf push. I want to come top. And he didn't let him push, which was quite irritating. But here I thought Teemo was going to try and come in, come counter gank. So I decided to use ultimate and then hit the Teemo, which I wasn't actually aiming to hit the Teemo. He flashed away, which was kind of stupid. I was actually trying to hit the Olaf and get the Olaf killed first, because I did not think that the Mordekaiser could 1v1 the Olaf. And he ended up doing quite well, which I'm impressed about. Here I went and I was trying to. So the first time I was trying to crash the wave into the turret, and here I was thinking about going, but then I thought, no, I need to crash this wave. I need to make this Olaf lose as much as possible. The Mordekaiser is obviously backed. It didn't need to back. We knew where the Riven was. We knew that Teemo and Olaf was dead. He should have probably stayed and got it, but because he didn't, I just took it anyway, which was the right call. Making Olaf lose all that gold, he doesn't have TP. If he had TP, it would have forced out TP. So it's just making the game a lot easier for us. Here I've got almost double the CS, and I'm checking that the wolves are there. I had a feeling that Teemo was going to look bot, since he kind of knew that I was top. So went to wolves, knew that he wouldn't go to Gromp first. So I was checking that he wasn't going to go to wolves at the same time with that ward. Got Gromp. Was thinking about going for the Olaf. didn't see that, saw Teemo here, so I thought, yep, just go straight for bulls. Didn't know where Riven was, had a feeling that she was going to come here to check, but she obviously didn't realize what was going on, and so I went got wolves. What was I going to say? Basically, this game was a really easy game, because there wasn't really a lane that lost. Mordecai's obviously died. Not really that big of an issue. I was surprised that the Draven died there to the gank, but the trades with the Cassin roaming from mid was really good. The Riven did what she could to push in, and you can always see that she's pushed in often in this game. But Cassin has a good wave clear, and also with Riven pushing in, she has to use her E, she has to use her Q, and if she uses Q or W or anything on the minions when she's pushed up, there's no way for her to escape. Should have to E-flash to get away from my combo. So I think it was here I went and looked for a gank mid. And so I don't know what Cassin was doing there. I was watching it. Oh yeah, no, I went and got Skull first. But I wasn't sure what Cassin was doing there. I was kind of asking him to come gank. I knew that there wasn't anything happening. So I put my ult a bit to the left. I waited for the Riven to walk up a bit more. Waited for me to have vision on her. She was obviously waiting for the minions. And then she walks up now. And so I placed my ult, yeah, about there. And the reason why I did that is because she would obviously run back, and I didn't want to put it right onto the turret. So this was a pretty clean gank. Had to flash for it, unfortunately, but not too bad. I asked Cassin here if he can push. I think he was looking for a gank top. That's right. That's right. So I went and got Scuttle here because he was going for the gank top. That's right. Yeah. I did a kind of stupid thing here. I popped my pot, and then went and got the health. I should have saved my health for a bit later, but yeah, mistakes happen. I was kind of more concerned that the Teemo was going to come, because we had no idea where the Teemo was. You know, there's no wards on their side of the jungle yet, and so I pulled the Scuttle in here in case the Teemo was going to come, because often it's best to keep this, if you're doing it solo, it's best to keep it in the pit itself, because people can easily walk past it without seeing it. I could have probably pulled it back a bit further, but I thought that this was alright. There wasn't really good chance that someone was going to have vision on it. The Scuttle wasn't taken. You know, there was no need for anyone to really be going that way. Here, I went and collected that, and then I went for the gank mid, because again, Riven had pushed up, Cassin had just backed and was on his way to lane. And it was just perfect timing. Landed that, she knew she was dead. As soon as the Q hit, she was dead. I don't know why she ulted there, but she was dead, straight up. Didn't even need the Cassin. This was just perfect timing. They just got the Rift Healed. After this, Cassin did want to keep on pushing further, but if we had kept on pushing further, I wouldn't have been able to do what I do next, which is go into their jungle and collect all of their jungle. So, wave was pushing. Cassin was low health from that Teemo. I thought, look mate, it's not really the best idea. Yeah, Rift Heal's on high enough health, but the thing is, Rift Heal gets low quite quickly against turrets, and especially with the Riven being up again, I was just like, there's no need for it. So there I pinged him to go away, and went and I collected basically all of the Teemo's jungle bot side, except for the Krugs. I also realized they had ult up again, and as soon as I saw the Jinx there, I knew that she was dead. You just ult in, I've got 3 levels above her, she can't stop me here. I was worried that the Lulu was going to polymorph me, which she probably should have, but my Q would have done the damage anyway, whether or not I'd been polymorphed. There I did a small little movement backwards, kind of what you saw just then again, and what that does is, because the ultimate is a directional movement speed passive, if you start heading backwards, you can quickly sort of stutter step your way back forwards and then run backwards, and the moving speed that you get will make you go faster, so you'll actually gain distance by using that. So here I had a big buy, bought my jungle item, started heading towards the Titanic Hydra, which is obviously important. In jungle, Titanic Hydra is more important than Black Cleaver is. So it it's just because of the fact that you don't really need that Black Cleaver passive. It's nice to have the cooldown reduction, but if you have the jungle item, you already get some cooldown reduction, and as soon as you hit level 10, you do tend to... Oh wait, no, sorry, that's the wrong runes. Yeah, but anyway, you do get cooldown reduction from the jungle item anyway. So here, pretty fed. Thought I would get the blue buff, thought I'd clear my jungle, and then I was going to look for a gank bot, so that we could go get dragon. And then Draven started pushing up, saw that the Riven was bot, and thought immediately, Teemo's heading that way. I see Mordekai's at top. I didn't know where Olaf was, I didn't know where Teemo was exactly, but I knew that because they were going onto the Draven, there was a good chance that we could just get this this dragon. If there had been a what's it called, a knockout wall, knockout plant, what are these plants called again? I would have probably backed off, tried to pull the dragon away, but I thought that it was a good trade to get the dragon. Mordekai was pushing, Olaf made a bad play bot, bad roam bot, I mean. So yeah. So I've been out farming the Teemo completely. He is 70 farm to my 113. Just all from the plays that were made. As soon as you get a good gank off, as soon as you get a good kill off, you just go in into the jungle and make sure you get it. I was quite fortunate though, because the thing with Kled, if you don't, there we go, jumped over. Try to look for a play on the Olaf here because the Mordekaiser had been doing a good job, but I still feel like the Olaf should have destroyed the Mordekaiser. So I thought I might as well help him out, try and get the what's it called? There we go. I went as far as I could. Yeah, got the E off on him. As soon as I got the E off on him, I could use that again, get the second proc. So get the turret, then go for the inhib. I saw Riven there, knew I could go in, didn't know where the Teemo was, saw the Teemo here, decided to flash over the wall, made Riven use her flash, which means it's a one-on-one, made Teemo use his flash, he didn't blind me, which was a mistake, got Skull back, and then I can just go straight in and kill them again. And it was about this point they surrendered, because the mad outplays by the Kled Fleet Footwork jungle. So GG, well played, and that's the game, boys.